My name is Ana Garcia. I'm a current student at the New Mexico State University in the U.S. I'm pursuing my bachelor's in hotel, restaurant, and tourist management. I want to be talking to you about the women in the restaurant industry, but I really hope that this talk and this presentation will stick for you in any field that you are in. So, I want you to think about a moment when you face a barrier, or somebody or something told you, no, you're not good enough, you cannot do this, you just cannot do it. And I want you to think about how you approach that. What do you feel? What did you do about that? So, I'm going to take something that I was talking to some of my friends a couple days ago. People will always think, will always say, and will always feel about what we do, but we don't have control over it. We have control about how we react about it. This will always happen, and when you're in school, when you're at work, with your family, everywhere. But it's up to us to take the best part of it, the good, the bad, and just take a lesson out of it. I want you to get a phrase and just think about it the whole time, and after this, it's not about how or when, it's about taking the opportunities and that come along the way. So a little bit of my background and my story. I was born and raised in Mexico, and I decided to pursue for culinary arts. I wanted to be a chef, and I decided to take the best opportunity that I could get. So I decided to move to the U.S. For me, it was just crossing a bridge and just going to a different country. But no one ever tells you that even though you're going to a really close place, just a few miles away, you will face different adversities. You will face cultural shock, missing home, different educational system, even though it's not far away from home. I faced some challenges during my career in my school. Sometimes feeling like I was not good enough. One little story that I want to share. One day it was some of my friends, and we were just sharing about our goals and what we wanted to do for the rest of our lives and our plans, and I was just talking about I want to become the best pastry chef, I want to work in New York, I want to travel, I want to learn. And one of my friends told me, there's no place in the industry for a girl like you. Okay, thank you, you're my friend. I was like, okay, what do you mean there's no place like a girl like me in the industry? He's like, yeah, you're a female, you're short, you need to be fast, you need to be tall. Okay, last time I heard something about women in the kitchen, people used to say women belong in the kitchen. Now you're telling me that because I want to pursue this as my career, there's no place for me? Okay. So those words stuck in my head for the rest of my career and the rest of my school. And it made me doubt about myself. Maybe I am not good enough. Maybe it is true I should pursue for something different. But what if I am good enough? What if what I want to do is really the best part of me? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try my best. I'm going to prove you wrong, and I'm going to prove everybody else wrong. I can do whatever I want to do. So as I started my career, I decided to, when I graduated school, I decided to move to the north of the U.S., to Ohio. I had my hopes too high. I had the greatest dream ever, and I decided just to pursue for my pastry chef career. I found a shop there, and I decided to apply and get an interview there. And I remember I met this guy, Anand Saha. I will never forget his name. He interviewed me right on the spot. I was not even ready, but he was okay. I'm doing this. I was super excited. After 15-20 minutes of interview, I just went home crying. I thought I had the worst interview I'd ever possibly get. I called my best friend crying and telling him, you know what? It is true. I am not good enough. There's something wrong with me. Maybe I should just go back home. As soon as I hang up with her, I got a call from him. Anna, you did a great job. Congratulations, you got a job. My first interview after graduating school, and I got the job of my dreams. I am good enough. I am good enough. That's what I just keep on telling myself. After that, I met his wife. He was executive pastry chef at the place, Tori Saha. She inspired me so much, and I realized that it's women that are inspiring me along my career. And just like her, and I've been inspired by many women, my mom, my sisters, friends, everybody. But there was one case that I really, really got inspired from, Julia Child. Maybe you know who she is. She decided to pursue for her career when she was around 30, 40 years old. And people would laugh at her and be like, really, you want to learn? Okay, you can take a course. You can do this, you can do that. She was like, no, I want to learn what it really is, and I'm gonna prove you wrong. So they told her no, and she's now one of the best known female chefs, a famous cookbook writer, and everybody knows about her, and she still inspires other people. So, as they told me no, they told her no, but we're here. She's a legend. I'm barely doing something in my career, but I'm gonna get there. So, you might ask why this is important, why this little story is important, but I want this to stick for everybody in any industry. People will always tell you no. People will always try to bring you down. But remember, you are good enough. You can do it. Okay? About the women in the industry, there's about 60% all American women that work in the industry, but then all of them continue because they face adversities, they just face something that they don't like and they decide to pursue for something else. According to the National Restaurant Association, only 45% of the managers in the industry are women, which I think is great. But as the positions go up and higher, the number goes down. So only 19% of the chef position are for women, and I'm proud to say I was part of the 19%. I would love to speak about everyone in the industry. There's not enough time for me to do that. I would like to speak about a few colleagues and a few friends that they really inspire me. Dominique Green, she's from France. She has a restaurant with 2 Michelin stars, and she tries to pursue women to do what they want to do. And if they want to pursue in the restaurant industry, she's trying to help them to pursue that. Nitsiki Viela, she's a winemaker and an owner of Aslina Wines. She's from South Africa, and she's the first Black woman to be a winemaker. April Bloomfield, she's a chef and entrepreneur. She was named Chef of the Year 10 years ago when this industry was not well known, and people always think it's a guy in a chef, being a chef, and she was named the Chef of the Year. And also about 2 friends, Dominique Arrington and Alex Rivas. They were with me at culinary school. And I knew that Dominique, she was great. She had that extra punch. She had that extra something that we always do during her classes and her career. She had the job of her dreams after graduating school. She was working as a pastry chef. She was working for a well-known bakery shop. But she was working for an abusive chef. She was working over 18 hours a day. And she was not happy, even though she had the dream of her jobs. I mean, her job of her dreams. She decided to leave everything behind. And with his girlfriend, they just started a business, and it's called Ice Cream Myself. They are the only ones in the area that offer vegan options, 100% made up from scratch. And they started with a little kitchen and little equipment, doing 3 pints of ice cream an hour. So it was a lot of work, not a lot of profit, but it was what they wanted to do. They faced so much problem through their career. People saying no, not believing in them, because there were 2 women just naive. They didn't know what to do, and they had no idea what the business was about. Today, they are able to mass produce ice cream, and not only ice cream, they have cheesecake. They have different many options, and they donate 50% of their tips to a local food pantry that donates food to the local community. They roll around in a bicycle, so they care about the environmental, they care about other people, and they care about what they do. I think they're awesome. So the stories like this is what I would like everybody to hear and to be inspired by, and just to learn something from it. But sadly, a few months ago, the Me Too movement started, and a lot of people were talking about all these female chefs and they face sexual harassment at their job. So what I wanted to tell them, what I wanted to everybody to know, is there a good part of it that they can do, that they're able to do whatever they want. But now they were talking about their sad stories. And when it was even worse, people were blaming them because they knew what it was about to be in such a male-dominated industry. But even though it's really hard for them to speak up, people will still blaming them. So it's the good stories that I wanted to share. And I know my career was still forming. I never thought about pursuing a bachelor's degree. I always was to be a chef, and that was it. But now I'm happy to say that I'm excited for next year to start my master's degree. And I have a huge hunger to learn that someday I will have the opportunity to share all my lessons and everything that I learned along the way with others. I want to make little changes today in everyone that will spread everywhere. Because little change in ourselves can make a huge impact in someone else. For now, I just want to quote Yulia Child. She says, "Fear is the only stumbling block. In cooking, you have to have a what the hell attitude." I took that for me years ago, and today I'm speaking in front of you. Thank you.
Any questions? Now I get to start over. That's cool. Just get on there. Yes.
Anna, where did you say that you worked as a pastry chef?
In Columbus, Ohio.
Why did you pick there?
My sister was there, and my brother-in-law was a professor at Ohio State.
Oh,
So it was easier for me than to move over. So it's a big change.
that's so random.
Let's go to Emily's then.
Hey,